Hello, everyone. Josh with Fairly Booked here. Going to give you a quick overview of the Fairly Booked system. Fairly Booked is meant for managing vendors at fairs, festivals, craft events, anything like that where you have vendors to manage, where you need to take payment from vendors, assign them spaces, um, have them give you documents, sign documents, things like that. This is what our system is designed to do. From the login, we have a vendor access or venue access here. This is the venue landing page. We're going to keep this video pretty short, so I'm not going to go in great depth. We do have more in-depth videos about different functions. This is landing page, gives you a quick overview of how many applications you have, outstanding documents, things like that that you need for a quick glance at what's going on. Over here on the left, so down here is your setup stuff. So the first thing you would do is there's a bunch of different settings you can have for your venue, given a description, a logo, setting up your Stripe payments to receive payments, and whether you want to take or add credit card fees onto those Stripe payments, either as a percentage or a fixed amount or both. You then will create an event. So this event will allow you to add information about the event. From that page, if you've already created the event, will let you see the different vendors that have applied. Here's some of the details about the event. This one is a draft event that allows you to see like date, time it's set, what type of event you're having, and some description about it. Once you have your event set, you can go into the buy licenses to buy your license to run the event or use existing licenses that you may have already purchased. From there, you then set up your event. So the first thing is booth categories. This lets you give different types of categories, and these are all customizable. You make whatever ones you want. So if you're having a fair and you want to keep it simple, maybe you just have food and non-food. You might get more in depth where you have food as one, drinks as another, someone who's selling apparel as another, informational booths as one, political as another, religious as another. However you want to break it down, whatever makes sense for your event, this is fully customizable. This is just categories, so you can kind of group these different booths. Then we have price categories, which allows you to have different price tiers for the same physical space. So a lot of events will do a higher price for your food and drink vendors. So we might have a food and drink and a non-food. This is again customizable, as many as you want, but the more of these you make, the more booth types then you need to make. So usually keeping the categories simple is the best idea. And again, there's more videos that go more in depth into all of this. Then once you make your booth type, or to make your booth type, we are going to give it a physical area. So for example, your Carnival Road, food and non-food. Your price categories get assigned there. And when you're creating these, first of all, you can assign it per event, you give it a description, but you've got different types of pricing. So we allow you to do a fixed price. So this booth is $510 for the booth. It's a set space, and you could put something like the size of the space up here in the description or in the name of the booth. You can do a price per front foot. So you're going to charge $50 per foot. You can do square foot. Maybe it's going to be $10 per square foot, 10 by 10 booth. So you have 100 square feet here at $10 per square feet. Or we can do a base price plus additional footage. So we can say we're charging $510 for the first 10 feet. And after that 10 feet, we're going to charge $50 per foot. So it's very customizable on how you price these booths. We also allow you to add some features as just some highlights for these items. We then can make invoice items, things like power, water, sewer, camping. These all fall under the invoice items. So it's pretty simple. Just pick a category, give it a name, set the price. Again, you can also add some properties to it. We then have documents and agreements. So documents allow you to tell your vendors, we need you to upload insurance certificates. You have a description about it. The admin instructions are a text field that you can add images to. You can add formatted text here. You can have bullet points. So you can tell your staff what to look for when they're reviewing these documents. Agreements are similar to documents, but you need to have the agreement already made. So you'll have a PDF that you upload here. We can then drag and, sorry, not drag, but click to put text fields, to put signature fields in these documents. You can edit it so that you are pulling existing data from the system to fill these fields. You can make them required. You can make them editable or not editable by the vendor. So you can completely customize this document, or this agreement, for the vendor to be able to sign. From there, I'll jump to the bottom here. You can add as many users as you want, as well as role templates. So we have a few by default, but you can add more. And these let you customize what permissions, and it's very customizable about what permissions your users have access to. And then you can make as many users as you want. Communication templates, we give you some by default, but we can add more. And this allows you to email or text vendors or your venue staff by different triggers. So this one, vendor application approved. The trigger, sorry, went past it here. Oh, sorry, this is placeholders. So you can copy and paste these, or you can click these buttons to put this information in. So you can, if you want your event name here, click event name, and it's going to put a placeholder that will pull that event information in. The communication channel is either text or email. You can make your subject line, your text, or an HTML body for it. And then down here is the triggers. So you can have an event based. So when something happens, in this case, this one is when vendor application has been approved. We're going to send them an email telling that vendor that their application has been approved. You can have multiple for the same triggers. So you can make an email that goes to the vendor, an email that goes to the venue, just notifying the vendor and your staff of someone's been approved, someone's been rejected, you've received a new application, someone's payment has failed, any of these types of things. You can do based on specific date and time. So you can set a date and time you want these emails to go out. And then whether you want them to go to vendor users, or all vendor contacts, same with venue. Or you can do a custom email address where it always is just sending it to one email address. You can also do event and time relative to event date. So you can say, I want this to send 6 hours before the event start date. So 6 hours before the event start, we're going to send an email or a text out to our vendors reminding them, do vendor all contacts, reminding them of their check-in time for the next day. And then if we come up here, vendor applications. So here's where you will receive your applications from vendors who want to be a part of your event. They will supply different information. They have ability to upload files, so you can review and this whether you want to accept them. When you do this, you can add notes about it, and you can vote. So you can say, you don't like it, or we have too many of this type already. So you can leave your ratings there, reject, approve. So that way more of your staff, if there's a team of you that are reviewing these applications, can all give your thoughts on it before deciding whether to approve them. Before approving them, if you guys do decide to approve them, you would come in here to the invoice items and add their booth and any invoice items that are needed. and then we can send off contracts to them. You have the ability to add discounts. If they have been approved, they're going to show up in the vendor section. The task manager here. So when we do approve them, they are going to, and depending on what documents and agreements you set up, they are going to have a list of things that they need to provide you. This is where that stuff shows up for you to review. So this one needs to sign their hold harmless. It's still pending. If we look at it, they haven't signed it yet. So we can leave it alone. If they had submitted it and something is wrong, we can reject it. If it's okay, we can approve it, or we could assign it to a specific staff member to look at. This here is that field that was the admin instruction, so we can put text, bullet points, images here, and show your staff what we're looking for on this to remind them, hey, we need to check that the business name is on it, that they've signed, that maybe if it's the insurance, that we have the right dates on it, different things like that. Payment management, so we can see when vendors have paid, to check on that if we need to take those payments and put it in QuickBooks or some other outside system. And then we have reports. So and all these reports are pretty customizable. First of all, you pick the event that you want the report done on. You can change what fields are going to be in that event. You can filter it depending on which report we are doing. Then once you generate, it's going to give you that report down here with all the information you had selected. And you can download it as a PDF or export it as Excel. That's a very quick overview on the venue side. The vendors, so if you've approved a vendor, first of all, there's an application that's on your public-facing landing page on the Fairly Booked website that can be open to the public to apply. Once they've applied and been approved, they'll be sent login information to view this account. From this account, they can also apply for more of your events or more booths at this event. So this one, a check, they have a booth approved and a booth under review, which we can see down here for this event. There's the approved one, there's one under review. But we could click on this and start a whole nother application for this event if we had another booth we wanted to bring here. We can also review our existing applications, both the approved and under review for this event. We can see our team members. So if we want multiple people to have access to this, if we have multiple booths and have more people working with us, we can have users added. The agreements, we can view what we've signed in here. We can, if we need to, like this one was denied, so we can go into resubmit. We see why it was rejected here and could go through and fill that out, sign it, and submit it. Documents, again, we can see if there have been this one's pending, we haven't uploaded anything. So we can see here, we need our sales certificate, sales tax certificate, and we can upload or drag and drop to upload that certificate there. So we can keep a list of whatever documents we need to submit to, that your vendors need to submit to your event. And it does give you, like I said, the ability to approve or deny, and it'll send them a message back why it was denied so they can get that corrected. And then payments. This will show what payments are due, what payments they've made. So these are the upcoming events that they have been approved for. You won't have a payment until you have a approved event, or until the event has been approved. You won't see a payment due for that, because on the venue side, you do have to add your booth and invoice items and send it before it will show up. This one up here, you can see $0 is due, already paid $199.50. Here we owe $199.50, so your vendor could then click on this to come into payments. This venue is charging a 5% processing fee plus 50 cents for credit cards. We can, the vendor can then decide whether they want to pay in full, pay the minimum due, or a custom amount. Maybe they just want to round it up to an even $200 and submit their payment. Because of the credit card processing, that is automatically going to get added here. And with your Stripe setup, they can then submit their payment and go directly to your bank account. So that's a very quick overview. There's a lot of customization available within Fairly Booked. We'd be happy to show you a demo if you have any questions about anything, want to see it more in depth. And we also do have a bunch of training videos that go much more depth of these different features. Feel free to reach out. We'd be happy to show you through. Thanks for watching.